Are you ready to decorate your house for Easter? Me too. And today we're going to go over 10 different fun ideas for Easter home decor. It's time to pull out the Easter lilies, the tulips, the bunnies, the crosses. It's time to pull them all together and decorate our houses for Easter. If you are new here, you are crafting with Kim Byers. Let's hop into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with one I did on this channel last year. It's a really cute carrot company sign that you can personalize. It is actually a high-end decor dupe. So I found this on one of my favorite sites, Pottery Barn, but I didn't want to pay the Pottery Barn price for a seasonal item. So I went ahead and figured out how to make it with sublimation, with infusible ink and my Cricut. And I walk you through that entire process. The cool thing about this is not just for this one project, but it's a skill where you can make beautiful designs on canvas using sublimation, using infusible ink. So I hope that you will check that out. I'll pop it up above so you guys can see that. But this was one of my favorites from last year. Okay, and second up, I'm going to teach you how to sublimate a pillow. So I pulled together a design, a He Is Risen design. It's actually on the pillow right behind me, if you guys can kind of see that. So I'm going to teach you how to sublimate a pillow from beginning to end. And so this design I'm actually giving to you for free, so you can pop down in the description and grab that up, but I want you to be able to create your own thing. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So this is the pillow design that I'm giving you guys for free, but if you want to create your own thing, this is what you do. You go to a service like Canva, it's free, and then you create 2 templates. You want one that is the size of your actual pillowcase. So this is an 18 by 18 if you're using Cricut. So we'll just do 18 by 18, create new design. We have a blank template. Then we're going to go over and do the exact same thing again, but for an 8.5 by 11. So the 8.5 by 11 is the size of the sheet of paper that you're going to be printing on your sublimation printer. So for this, you can see this is how my pillow is going to look in the end. This is the 18 by 18. So it looks very small, like He Is Risen looks small, the cross kind of looks small, but when you move that over to your 8.5 by 11, it's the entire sheet. Okay, so once you have everything the way that you want it, you go back to your 8.5 by 11 sheet, you're going to flip your design or mirror image it, and then you are going to download that to your computer. It's really that simple. Once you've downloaded these designs, you're then going to open them up and send them to your printer. Now this is important. So when you send them to your printer, bring up your dialog box and you're going to do 2 things. You're going to make sure you look at scale and you're going to make sure that it's 100% scale. And the next thing you want to do is look at media quality and you want to choose a photo quality print. So I'm using photo matte, and then that automatically brings it to best. If you don't do this function, it's going to think you're printing a work document and it's going to hoard up all that ink and it's not going to give you good ink on your sublimation print. Okay, now for the fun part. So you see we pulled this off the printer. Just remember that sublimation prints look a little faded. They don't look as crisp until you apply heat. The next thing is we're using our Cricut pillowcase. We have heat tape. We have a lint roller. Get the lint off of our pillowcase, and then we're going to take it over to our press, and we're going to press it for 2 reasons. We want to get that wrinkle out of the center, but we also want to take out any moisture that might be inside of the pillowcase. The nice thing about it is it also gives you this little edge all the way around, and it kind of shows you exactly where to put your design to. So it doesn't cover, my press only covers to like 17 inches. And so I've got like an inch on either side, maybe 16 inches, and I have an inch on either side. So this is going to give me that nice little rim. The next thing is we want to cut out, or not cut out, tear out our sublimation print. You don't just want to use the sheet as it is because it can leave press marks. So now that we've torn everything out, the next thing we want to do is lay it onto our pillowcase face down, and then we're going to use heat tape to secure everything. And so in some cases, I like this one, I have the 2 overlapping a bit, so you just need to get as close to each design as absolutely possible. Now once we've secured it, we'll take it back over to the press, and then we will do this on 385 for 60 seconds. And then the fun part, right? The fun part is the big reveal. Let's see what this is going to look like. And it came out beautifully. The color is rich. See how much more like vibrant it is than it was from the actual print? I call this a win. Don't forget to pop down and get your design. Okay, and so for number 3, this is a really fun sign where Beth from Kingston Home, I had the opportunity to meet her a couple of years ago, and super sweet lady. She's very, very creative. So make sure you pop down below and hop over to her blog and check this out. She is giving this design away for free, but you'll see all about how she used fabric and a dowel or a piece of wood to sort of make her own sign. Not only the design on the fabric, but she made the entire sign with some really easy steps. Okay, so next up, I really like this idea for 2 reasons. For one, you can get forms, you know, wreath forms really cheap, like at the Dollar Tree and places like that, or you can go to your favorite craft store and make sure you use a coupon to get those. But these are seed packets, just really colorful seed packets. And then of course you can like plant the seeds and then you can use the packet. Just make sure you like open it with an X-Acto knife or something like that. So it's like it's like recycling. It's like a recycled wreath, but all this color and all this prettiness. So I'm gonna put a link down below for you to go over and check this out, because not only are you gonna be able to find this particular wreath, but there's 70 other ideas in this carousel of ideas on Women's Day. Okay, so this next one is a rainbow wreath, and it's all about the eggs and it's all about the lamb's ear. It's such a beautiful way to show off Easter. You're also going to find this one on Women's Day, and they say to use styrofoam eggs and glue and tissue paper, but I made something like this a few years ago, and I used plastic eggs, which is easier, you know, to get multiple sizes than those, cheaper by the way, but you can get multiple sizes of plastic eggs and use Mod Podge and tissue paper. Mine turned out great. So if you want to go with the foam, that's great, but you're going to need to use floral staples or something like that to attach it to your form. But if you use plastic eggs, you're going to need to use hot glue. So it really just depends on what you would prefer to do. And then when it comes to florals, I would say use lamb's ear and other soft Easter florals. And you can get them in a lot of different places. I personally like Hobby Lobby, and if you start shopping now, you're going to be able to get them on sale. So Hobby Lobby runs sales on their flowers every 2 to 3 weeks, and you're far enough in advance of Easter that you're going to be able to get those on 40 or 50% off. And I didn't pull this idea specifically for it, but that bunting is so easy. If you have a Cricut, you would be able to just cut out the iron-on and make that little bunting. And I've actually seen the bunting at Hobby Lobby, like the burlap already cut out and ready to go. So if you didn't want to, you know, burlap can be very messy. Ask me how I know. My mom swore she would never work with burlap and me again. But if you want to go ahead and get that where it's already cut, you could probably pick those up in little packets at Hobby Lobby. Okay guys, just for a quick sec, I would love for you to hit that like button if you are enjoying content like this. If you like to see multiple craft ideas in one video, hit that like button so I know to create more. And by the way, leave me a comment, talk to me. I love hearing from you guys. If you want to make Easter bunny baskets, if you want ideas for gifting, or if you want ideas for the next holiday that's upcoming, or graduation, or all the things, talk to me. I love to hear from you guys in the comments. Okay, let's go to number 6. Okay, and so for number 6, I'm excited about this one for 2 reasons. For one, it's a cross. You can't go wrong with having beautiful crosses around your home for Easter or any time of the year, but I just love this craft. And the second reason is because this is a friend of mine from Bird's Party. She is an amazing creative. I'm gonna put her link down below to her video where she shows you completely how to make this from beginning to end. And not only that, how to do 3 or 4 other crafts for your Easter decor. It's just a really great watch. Okay, so next up, this one is from Sarah Edgar, and she has a template, so you can pop over, free templates, you can pop over and get that. I love doing hand stitch work. I don't have as much time to do it as I would love to do, but so when I see things like this, I just get really inspired to like get the fabrics, get the things, and I think she has a little shop where you can buy fabrics from her, but she does have this template there for free, so you could pop over. I think this would be something something that would be so darling to even add to each year. Or if you had grandchildren or something like that, like they could make one, you could make one, and you could even put your little initials down on the bottom of each of the bunting. How cute would that be? Or if you don't have anybody to sew with, but you would want to like make them for your kids or your grandchildren, you could actually make one and then even, you know, put their little names on it, like if they're not old enough to craft, or if they're boys and they don't want to sew with you. That does happen. Although it's funny, my guys, when they were like really little, like 5 and 6, they thought that was really cool, but I'm sure I wouldn't be able to get them to do anything like that now. Okay, so make sure you pop over and check out Sarah's blog. She has some beautiful stuff on there, and to make sure and grab this template. Okay, so for the first 7, those were things that you could craft, easily craft yourself. These next 3 are things that when you can't make handmade, you don't have the time or whatnot to do handmade, but you would love to support handmade. That's what these are. These are Etsy sellers. So the first one is a depiction of the stone being rolled away. And I just think this is beautiful. It is layered wood. And then the listing actually has an opportunity for you to buy it with 1 cross or multiple crosses. It's just such a beautiful thing. And the stone actually rolls. Like you could push it closed and open. So I just thought that was so cool. This is something I don't have the skill to make myself, and so I will be picking that up from someone who does. Now, if you own one of those cutters, if you own one of those laser cutters and you can cut wood like this, there is a template out on Etsy where you could actually get the template and make your own like this. But for this price, I'm actually going to be purchasing this one and having it shipped to my house. Okay, and so for number 9, this is an Easter wreath. I just thought this was so much fun. Now, wreaths are kind of my jam. I make a lot of them, but this one in particular, I think would probably be a buy for me, just because I don't have the ability to cut the wood as thick as they do, meaning like the cross and then the word Easter. So if you look at it from the side, you can see how the raised effect, and I really love that. I just thought that was such a beautiful touch. I use iron-on and vinyl and all the things all the time, but I really liked that raised effect on this particular wreath. And I also put here, this one is for an Easter bunny with a little bunny tail and the ears. It's adorable, but it's not that raised wood effect. I'll link both of those up down below in case you guys want to pop over and check those out. And this particular Etsy seller, the Sweetie Sign Company, she does a ton of business, some super cute ideas like for all year round, but she's got 14 or 15 different Easter ideas if you want to pop in and check those out. Okay, and last but not least, this is yet another wood project, but these are personalized bunnies, and I just thought how sweet this would be if you had them for all of your kids, or if you had them for all of your grandkids, or even if you use them as tags on Easter baskets. This was just a really fun idea to me. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed those, and I will pop up here some more Easter craft ideas, and I will see you in the next video.